And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes, 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 yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taps and Jacks. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Flats. Joined as always with my guy, Mr. Big Ballin' Ben. Live and direct Tuesday night. Happy to be back. Sorry we didn't have a show on Sunday. I was not working. I was out of commission, dude. So glad to be back. Happy to be back. Happy to be first day I've actually felt fucking normal. So that's a good thing. And yeah, man, excited to talk some baseball. We are literally like a week and a half away. Actually, we're like a week away from some teams starting.
From pitchers and catchers. Yeah,
pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training. So excited about that. But before we get into the show, Ben, how are you doing?
doing well, man. I kind of dodged the bug about a week and a half ago. So
Lucky you.
yeah, I did get lucky there. The other half had it, and she was down for the count, but I skated away clean somehow. But yeah, dealing with rain out here and hoping that I don't get sick from this. So it's those last few weeks of that winter out here in California. So, but other than that, doing well. Got a great beer for today. I'm super excited.
Nice.
Probably should have done it the other way. That on Thursday I'll have another good beer. I should have done that one first, but I was too excited for this one. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It was 80 degrees in Vegas today.
Oh man, it was rainy and like 54 here.
We haven't had rain in like 200 days. It's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Last year we had like a historical amount of rain, and then this
Yeah.
year it's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's just fucking crazy. But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of baseball to talk about. Top 10 shortstops tonight. We're gonna go through those. What beer are you drinking?
Yeah, so I am drinking the Pliny the Elder. So this is actually a special one. This is the first year that they are doing first year that they're bottling the 2-stage double dry hopped. They started making this in 2021, and
Is that
this,
something
again,
they normally only have at Russian River Brewing?
yeah, they only have it at the Tap House. They decided this year that they were going to make a limited number of bottles and put that out to basically just the Bay Area and kind of north of the Bay Area. So it's a super limited bottle. I'm gonna go and pick up a couple of them just because of how limited it is. And it just kind of adds a little bit of extra to that already great Pliny. So I've only had one sip. I just took a sip of it. It's incredibly effervescent. So I'm looking forward to the whole bottle, and we'll get a rating and a review at the end.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. All right, so before we hop into the top 10 shortstops, some news and notes. Jack Flaherty signed a 2-year deal with the Detroit Tigers, who he started the year with last year, so he's going to go back. That was kind of something that like we had heard rumors of happening. So the Tigers have a very formidable starting rotation next year, Ben. I mean, they got 6-7 guys they could throw out there. I know Matt Manning's
Yep.
working his way back from injury, so I don't know what his status is right now. But I mean, like they're gonna enter the year with Scooball, Flaherty, Reese Olson, Jackson Jobe, Casey Mize is back from injury. And I mean, they have a nice rotation, man. They have a nice bullpen. You know, I'm excited for the Tigers this year, man. The only team
Yeah.
I have a future on to win the World Series is the Tigers
There you go.
so far.
I mean, it was what kind of was their downfall in the playoffs last year is that their bullpen just got a little overworked because they were going and playing so many bullpen games. They basically only had a starter and Scooball out there at the end of things. And you know, it with them having a full rotation, you hope that they stay healthy. Because if these young guys come back, they're going to be a team to reckon with. So
Yep.
it's going to
Yep.
be a fun. I mean, that's going to be a fun division next year.
It is. Well, I don't think the division. I think the Tigers are going to run away with the division. I'd be shocked if they didn't win the division. The Guardians
I don't
will not
know.
be as good as last year.
Yeah, I know that the Guardians aren't going to be as good, but I think
Neither
you'll
will the
see the
Royals.
Royals take a step up.
I don't think so. I don't think there's no fucking way they get Seth Lugo and Michael Walker to have the years they had last year. 0%
Yeah.
chance. I think the Tigers run. I think the Tigers, in my opinion, for the price that they're at, I think they're like plus 180 right now to win the division. I think that was like the last I saw. It was like a couple days ago, so it might have gone lower, but I think at that price, I think that is like the best division bet. Because like the only other division where I'm like confident that the team's gonna win the division is the fucking Dodgers, and they're like minus 320.
Yeah, but they're probably like minus 400 now.
Yeah, they're like minus 320 to win the division. So I mean, like getting the Tigers at plus 180. I mean, I think that's a solid bet, dude. I think by far they're the best team in that division.
Let me see. Futures division winners. Let's see where they're at right now. So Tigers plus 200,
Yeah, I think that's great value.
Twins plus 200, Guardians plus 200, White Sox plus 25,000, and the Royals plus 240.
Yeah, because the Royals, there's no fucking way they're gonna get that same starting pitching as last year, dude. No fucking chance, dude. The Guardians, we saw the regression last year, right? But they are gonna get Shane Bieber back, obviously. We're obviously gonna go deeper into this when we do the AL Central breakdown, but I think the most intriguing team is the Twins because they have a lot of talent, right?
They're just always injured.
Yeah, they always get hurt. They lost Max Kepler to the fucking Phillies. And do they have enough starting pitching? Like, is Zebby Matthews gonna be a solid starter? And is Pablo Lopez gonna bounce back? Because Pablo Lopez was ass last year. He was terrible.
Yep.
So they have like a lot of question marks. Is Carlos Correa gonna be healthy? Because I mean, when he was healthy last year, he was one of the best shortstops in the league. But
Yep.
it's like, can he stay? And then he fell apart in the second half. He couldn't stay healthy. Couldn't stay on the field.
Couldn't stay healthy. Yep.
You gotta stay on the field. So I'm intrigued with the Twins, but I just think the Tigers are by far the best team in that division.
Well, you're gonna need the young guys to step up. They did the second half of the year, and you're gonna need them to come back, strong again.
Yeah, and I also think they have the best manager in the division too, which is a huge plus.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk.
We also had Laureano signed with small time. Laureano signed with the Orioles, and then just 2 hours ago, Brazier got traded to the Cubs. I think it's a great addition for the Cubs.
I mean, he got DFA'd, so they probably didn't give up much.
Player to be named.
Yeah, so they basically just because they needed extra room on the 40-man.
Yeah.
The Laureano signing is interesting because the Orioles have to be making a trade soon. Like, there has to be a trade coming because there's like, why do they keep signing fucking outfielders when they have like fucking Heston Kjerstad and stuff? And so, I mean, there has to be Kjerstad is obviously getting traded. I mean, that's like the only
Yeah.
obvious logical explanation for all this shit happening. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man, dude. Like, if the Orioles don't make a trade, I mean, that Laureano sign is just like, why?
Yeah.
So
Who did they just sign? They signed somebody last week.
Dylan Carlson.
Yeah, another outfielder. So
Dylan Carlson's deal is more like I don't know how much is the Laureano deal for. It's not that much, is it?
4 million, I believe.
Yeah, so it's not that much, but the
No.
Carlson deal is like under $1 million, so it's more like high risk,
Perfect.
low
Yeah.
risk, high reward. Like if because I mean he has shown promise. I mean Laureano showed promise too before he got popped for steroids. Never been the same since, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. See what happens there. All right, let's hop into our top 10 shortstop list. So this was actually one of the easier lists for me.
So I thought the bottom half of this list was a little more difficult.
Yeah, I mean slightly.
Getting that probably like 7 through 10.
Yeah,
No, like 8 through 10, and then I had a
That's-
honorable mention, which
I'd say 6 through 10. I mean, you could.
yeah,
I thought the 10 were pretty easy though. I thought the 10 names were pretty easy. The order I could see. I mean, we'll
Mhm.
probably have like slightly different order, especially after the top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But let's start it off. So number 10, who do you have?
so I chose this person over my honorable mention, which was CJ Abrams. Again, I think there's this CJ Abrams is a guy that can have that potential to be in the top 10, but he's got some major issues defensively and health wise to
No,
play
he
in the
stays
factor
healthy.
there.
He
So
just needs to stop partying.
yeah,
But I agree with you with the defense thing, and honestly, I think CJ Abrams is going to get moved from shortstop. Like I don't think he's going to play shortstop
okay,
because of the defensive woes.
yeah, yep, yeah. So he just missed my list, but for number 10, I had Trey Turner.
Damn, that's who I have number 10 too.
That's how you got at number 10 too. Offensively, a solid 20 home run guy. He's hit over 20 home runs for the last 3 years. And I mean, if you're looking at what he would have done in 2021, if he wasn't if he I guess he played 148 in 2021. He had 28 home runs there. So 20 home run hitter through 2021. In the shortened season, he had 12. So he easily would have hit 20 there too. But just a solid guy at the plate. He's gonna be able to get you timely hits. He's smart on the bases, but does have a little bit of of efficiency issues when looking into your defensive standards at short. So great player. That's why he's on the top 10.
Yeah, I have him
Good player.
I have him number 10. Like he should be higher, but like 2 years ago, like this, we're talking about a top 5 shortstop in the game. My thing is like he's declined offensively the last 2 seasons. Definitely not the same guy that he was in Washington and for the Dodgers. Defensively, not the same. He is a very good base runner, has the ability to steal a lot of bases. We haven't really seen that much of that game yet since he's been with Philly. So, I mean, only 19 stolen bases last year.
Yeah, 30 the year before, but only 19 this last year.
So he's like a guy trending down for me. So I mean, I put him at number 10, but like if he has a bounce back year, which he very well could, but like the last 2 years he's been trending down. So I got him at number 10 here. Who do you have at number 9?
Number 9, we already kind of mentioned this guy earlier, and that's Carlos Correa. Has to stay healthy, and that's going to be the big aspect of that. You look at his 21 through 23, where he played kind of in that 135 to 150 area, and he was fifth in MVP, All-Star, Gold Glover in 2021. He kind of took a step down defensively, even though his offense is been clutch. This is kind of one of the guys that, if you need a base hit and he's healthy, he'll get you that base hit. So again, just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, Correa did not make my top 10.
Yeah.
Big part of that is, last year he had a bounce back year offensively. Year before that, he was fucking atrocious. The one thing about Carlos Correa though is no matter how bad he is at the plate, like he's always gonna give you Gold Glove caliber defense. So I respect that, but I got to see consistency of him staying on the field and keep that consistency from offense this year. So I had him just outside my top 10. I have number 9. I have Dansby Swanson.
Yeah, he didn't make my top 10, but he was up there.
And Swanson's this is another guy that trending down. Got a big contract from the Cubs. Again, great defensive shortstop. No matter how bad he is offensively, I mean, Gold Glove defense. So I always respect that of players, especially in players in positions in center field, shortstop, catcher. That like they're even though if they are slumping offensively, they like never let it affect their defense because shortstop's a very important defensive position. Yeah. But Dansby, when he clicks, bro, he clicks. And I think with the addition of Kyle Tucker this year, that bat in that lineup, I think it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for Dansby to see a lot of fastballs. And he's an excellent, excellent fastball hitter. He's one of the best fastball hitters in all of Major League Baseball. So I honestly think he's going to have a really big year this year. Wouldn't shock me if he moves up towards the end of the year. So I got Dansby Swanson, number 9. Who do you got, number 8?
Number 8, I got a power hitter. This is someone who really needs to shore up his defensive prowess on the field. As well as get over the injury bug, which he did last year, 146 games last year. And that is O'Neal Cruz.
He's not playing shortstop no more.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He's a center fielder now.
He's listed as short. And he's listed that he's going to play short.
No, he's an outfielder now.
Oh.
The Pirates moved him to outfield at the end of the last year.
Yeah, but he's coming back to shortstop.
I don't think so.
I'm looking for it.
I mean, we could put him there for you. I didn't put him on my list because I don't think he's gonna play shortstop. I don't think they've said anything yet.
Top 10 center fielders from MLB.com.
I didn't put him on my outfield list either because I didn't know where he was going to play. Like he's just kind of in no man's land for me right now.
Yeah. Listed on Baseball Reference as a shortstop. Listed on Fangraphs as a shortstop.
Well, yeah, because that's where he played the majority of the games last year.
Yeah.
But the last thing I saw was because I mean he actually did play well in the outfield last year.
He only played 2 games in the outfield though. He played where was it? Wait, sorry, this is not the right page. Hold on. 23 games in the outfield. 23 at center, 23.
Yeah, that was the last month of the season.
Oh yeah. Only had 2 errors out there, but 24 errors in the 112 games at shortstop.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why they moved him. That and you can stay just like Fernando
doesn't
Tatis.
Tear your body down.
Yeah, they wanted him to stay healthier longer. I mean, we could put him there for you. I don't think he's gonna play shortstop.
Okay.
But we'll put him there for you.
Yeah. Put an asterisk on it.
Yeah. Number 8, I have Willie Adames.
Okay.
He had a monster year last year.
Yep.
But I need to see that 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, and that,
sorry,
Okay.
I was gonna say going into last year, I wouldn't have even had him in the top 10.
Yep.
So, you know,
I agree with you on that. I've got him at 7. So I think that's perfect place for him in that 7 and 8 spot. He definitely is in a prove it moment. I think it's gonna be a little more difficult for him to hit the ball out in San Francisco, but seeing the hit spread that he had last year, I think is very positive for getting into that triples alley that he has in San Francisco and hitting into the outfield gap. So I think while we won't see as much power happening from him, I think we'll see the doubles. His doubles numbers kind of skyrocket. But defensively very strong as well last year.
Yeah, he's a
Again,
defensive
can you
shortstop.
put those two together?
Yeah, he's just got to do it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, a lot of times we see guys have, like, career years and contract years, and then they, like, never play that way again.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that's the case here, but I got to see it because last year was definitely his best year of his career,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
By
so,
far.
We'll see. Who do you have? Hold on. Who do you have? You have number 7. You have Willie Adames, right?
Yeah.
Number
Yep.
7, I have Mason Wynn of the St. Louis Cardinals.
See, he was on there, but just young guy didn't have enough games played for me.
Yeah, I mean, he played 147 games last year. I mean, he played more than that. He played 147 at shortstop. He also played some DH. But he showed a lot of flashes, man, of what he really can be, both offensively and defensively. I mean, we know he has one of the strongest arms in baseball, which is a huge plus. He also, he's got speed. He only stole 11 bags, but he does have speed on him. Good leadoff hitter. He's just got to, he's got to continue doing what he did, man, and just keep improving and get better. And I think he's going to improve off his year last year. I thought he had a really excellent year. I thought that he had a really good, like, middle portion of the year. I thought he was really good when the Cardinals kind of started making some noise, and then they fell back to the pack. But, yeah, man, I got Mason Wynn number 7. Who do you got number 6?
I think I left him off because of his power. And that's just something that we haven't seen yet out of him. And who knows if we are going to see that from him. Are we going to see him at shortstop, or are we going to see him at third? Because there's now talks that Arenado is being discussed with.
Well, they would probably move, like, Burleson to third. He's a shortstop, dude. He's too fucking good at short for them to move him.
Red Sox have been in on Arenado recently.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Arenado, and Arenado has a no trade clause, so you can kind of fucking decide where he wants to go.
Mhm.
But regardless, like, Mason Wynn's a hell of a fucking player, bro.
Mhm.
That kid he's good. Who you got number 6?
Number 6 is still, this might be a little controversial. I have Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Just because it's been now how many years since he's played infield and short as well. Let's see, when was the last time he played? He played second base in 2018 for a game. He played second base for 14 games. So this is the first time he's playing shortstop?
Well, he played short last year to start the year. But yeah, he hasn't played short since, like, he was
sorry, here we go.
But he played second base the year before.
Okay, so I was looking at I was looking early in his career, man. He's played a total of 81 games at short.
Yeah.
118 at second base. 1,219 in outfield.
Yeah, he's
So
but he was. I mean, he
yeah,
came into the major leagues as a shortstop. Like that was his natural position.
yeah, yeah. I just think there might be a little bit of a of a kind of feeling out period. I know again he played 65 games last year.
I think getting a
At
whole off season though is beneficial for him because last year, like they didn't make him they didn't make him. He didn't even know he was gonna play shortstop until like the middle of spring training. And they were like,
Yeah,
"Yo, we're gonna move you to shortstop."
yeah,
And that's tough when like you haven't played shortstop for a long time since the minor leagues. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think getting a whole off season is gonna be beneficial for him in that regard. And the guy's, I mean, he's good, bro. Like he's a great player.
Oh, absolutely. Offensively and defensively. I just think it's going to take him a little bit of time. I think we might see a little bit of staggering out of the gate. So that's why I'm putting him at 6 is because if you look at the whole year, I think his second half is going to be a lot better than his first half.
I mean,
Defensively.
I think there could be decline just because he's getting older.
That too.
You know what I mean?
He'll
Like,
be 32 this year.
because I mean, like I don't have Mookie much higher. I have him at number 5. Number 6, I have Corey Seager.
That's who my number 5 is.
Yeah, so we basically have them like switched around. You know, I got Seager number 6 only because he's coming off of a year where he was basically injured and you know he's got to bounce back. He had an MVP type season the year before. So you know I can't drop him too far because like that potential's and that player is still there until I see more. But yeah, I got him number 6 and then Mookie number 5, and then you got Betts and Seager.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think too. Like Seager was still 15th in MVP voting last year, and voted an All-Star. So, like to have a down year and still be, one of the top 15 players in your league is, impressive there.
Yeah.
Big thing too is his power. He's been a 30+ home run hitter for the last 3 seasons. Again, even last year in his, quote unquote down year, I think just 2023 was so good that, him coming out and, hitting 30 home runs, batting 278 with an on base of 353. For anybody, that would be a great season. But coming off a season where he hit, 33 homers, 42 doubles, bat 327, and had a 390 on base percentage, like it looks like a down year for him. But again, that's a hell of a season for anybody.
Yep.
So
agreed. Who do you have number 4?
I have Ellie.
So do I.
Yeah. I think we just need to see his. I mean, this is kind of the same reasoning that I had O'Neill where he was. I think we just need to see his defensive game kind of step up a little bit. I want to see those errors drop. Being the top error getter in your position is not a good sign. But I think the offense outweighs that and kind of gives him that, that placement in my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to cut down the Ks, and once he figures,
that too.
Once he figures that out, I mean, we're talking about an MVP. Period. Yep. I mean, the guy is a 5-tool player.
218 strikeouts last year. Yep.
Yeah, he's a fucking superstar, man. But he's got to cut down on the Ks, man. That's the most important thing, and I think he'll do it. He's a good player, and sometimes you just got to figure it out, and I think he's gonna figure it out, and potential's there for him to be number 1 shortstop in the league. I'm pretty sure we have the same top 3. Who do you have number 3?
Lindor.
Yep.
So
this is
I mean, I think having Soto probably behind him in order is going to be a huge plus for Lindor offensively.
Yep.
To an already great offensive player, I think he's going to get a lot better pitches this year. And gonna, continue that uphill trend that we've seen over the last 2 years and really the last 3 years in New York. And yeah, kid's a star. So
Yep. He's a star, and I agree with you as far as the Soto thing. Like, that was the first thing I thought of too. I was like, man, Soto being right behind him is going to be so beneficial to him because
Mhm.
Lindor obviously already has a great awareness of the plate.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think that's a great fit for him with Soto. So yeah, I got Lindor number 3. I thought he very well could have been NL MVP last year. I mean, he really, when he started going, that's when the Mets started to pick shit up, dude.
Yep.
So that's how good of a player Francisco Lindor is. Number 2, Gunnar.
Gunnar. Yep.
Again, potential. I mean, this is a guy that could potentially hit, 45 home runs. Has a hell of a fucking arm.
Yep.
He's a great player, dude. He's
He
probably
needs to control that arm a little bit too.
Yeah, he does
unless-
try to do some crazy shit sometimes.
Yeah, I want to see less than 22 errors this upcoming year, but easily done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is
Easily
like,
done, and I think 18 of those were like throwing errors.
yeah, because he has such a good arm that like he tries to make, crazy plays happen. It's same thing with quarterbacks with good arms. Like, they try to make throws they probably shouldn't try, and they throw some interceptions. But the thing is like, with those errors also comes great defensive plays that save runs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
like
That's true.
you live and die with it at points. But yeah, I agree, and he kind of stumbled, I should say, in the second half of last year. The Orioles need him to be that first half gunner. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they need him. It's very important that he be that guy. It's got to be that guy.
Yeah, I'm interested. I didn't look at it. Maybe they're here. Where can I find his splits? First half and second half of the year. For 24. Let's see. Do we have home and away? We have first half, second half. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So you're looking at a few less at bats, 377 compared to 254. So there's going to be some fluctuation there. But 108 hits versus 69, 18 doubles versus 13, 28 homers versus 9. So the power really got lost in the second half. 63 RBIs and 29, doubled the stolen bases. Yeah, that adjustment, something negatively adjusted in that second half.
Well, I mean, he did do the home run derby.
Yeah,
We know what happens with guys that do home run derbies.
young kids too. Yeah,
Yeah, not good. Well, Bobby Witt did the home run derby too, and he was fine.
he's not as young though, right?
No, I think he's the same age
Just
as
as young.
Gunnar. Yeah.
23. Bobby Witt is 24, almost 25. Yeah,
Yeah.
only a year apart between them two.
Bobby
Yeah.
Witt, number 1 shortstop in the major leagues.
Yep,
Yeah, I think that's
same exact thing.
I mean, guy had an MVP year last year. I mean, there's
Yep.
nothing more you could say. The kid's he's a fucking special player, man. Fucking
Yep.
300 hitter.
It's unfortunate he didn't get MVP.
Yep. Does he duplicate last year's numbers? I don't know. That's gonna be very tough. Shit. It's gonna be very difficult to do. But I mean, he's by far the best shortstop right now.
Yeah.
He's got to be dethroned for that shit.
9.4 WAR last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was hella good, bro.
Most hits, the highest batting average.
And once he gets on base, dude, he like changes everything because he's so fast. He could like the threat of him stealing is insane.
Only 31 stolen bases last year, 49 the year before.
Yeah, he honestly he didn't try to steal bases last year, but to be honest, a lot of times when he was on base, someone was on base in front of him too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's more of his threat of stealing than like anything.
Yeah. All-Star, MVP number 2, Golden Glove, and Silver Slugger last year. That's incredible.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I expect him to be just as good this year. So
yeah,
it's gonna be hard because he was hella good last year, but I think he can. He's that good of a player to do it. So
yeah, it's just I mean, he had a very good year.
Yep.
Very good year. All right, so shit. This is like the latest I've stayed up in like fucking a week.
Yeah. Still getting those healthy vibes coming back.
Yeah. So that's the top 10. We'll be back on what, Thursday?
Thursday, yeah. Third base.
And then we'll be back, and then we're taking Sunday off, right?
Yeah, because it's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah. All right, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so and then the following week we're gonna be starting our previews.
Yeah, we've got third base on Thursday. Then we do top pitchers. I think we're doing pitchers and DHs on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then Sunday the 16th, we are starting with the AL East.
Yeah, baseball's right around the corner.
Yep.
We're here. I started watching the baseball movies, Major
There we go.
League, Major League 2. Every year I start watching baseball movies around this time, but being sick and you got nothing to do and you're just laying in bed, you start watching them too.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back on Thursday, top third baseman. So come join us, same time, 9:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/taproomsports, youtube.com/@taproomsportspodcast. If you missed any of the podcasts, you can find it on any podcast platform, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever. Ben, how was the beer?
Yeah, I got to say, if anybody is on the West Coast and are able to pick up a bottle of this, make sure you go and get that. It is an 8%er, so it is a little strong. Can't drink a lot of these, but it is incredibly good. It's a little bit, it has a little bit brighter of that hop essence to it without being over hoppy, and kind of gives you that citrus and pine together. So double dry hopped, Pliny the Elder, 8%. Great beer. I've been kind of sipping it slow as we were going. I still have half of my beer left, but it's gotten a little bit warm and it's still just as good as that first sip. So I'm going to go with a 4.75 because I think I know where I'm going to go with the regular Pliny, which is going to be on Thursday's show.
Hey.
See, I should have done it the other way around. I should have done the regular Pliny first and then the special Pliny.
Yeah.
But
you fucked that up.
I was so excited. I wanted to drink this. It's been sitting since Sunday.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No, Saturday. I got it the day before. So I've been waiting on this one and I just had to do it.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. Excited for that. I love Pliny, dude. That's the standard when you talk IPAs.
Yep.
All right.
I'll grab one of these double dry hopped for you and put it in the back of the fridge and have it ready for you when you come out here next.
Fuck yeah, I gotta try that. I haven't even seen those, dude.
Yeah, no, this is the first time I've seen it. Again, the first year that they've put it in bottles. So
hell yeah. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We will be back on Thursday. Have a blessed Wednesday. We'll talk with y'all later. We're out. Peace.
Later.